Hey y'all, Nico here. Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, thanks for joining me. I'm Nico. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to do Vinyasa. I like to do a lot of Vinyasa yoga. It is probably my favorite type of yoga to do, and it's also the type of yoga that I'm certified in. Vinyasa means a series of poses strung together to create a flow. So I'm going to show you traditional Vinyasa, and I'm going to show you a modified version first, and then I'm going to show you the more full version. And you can interchange the modified poses with the full poses. You can just do what works best for your body when you're doing your Vinyasa. So let me show you the modified version first. So usually when you're coming into Vinyasa, you start from down dog, but we're going to start from a modified version of down dog called puppy pose. Just down on our knees with our arms extended forward. So we'll start here. And then usually from here, you float your body into a plank. We're going to float forward into a modified plank. So you can walk those hands back, make a ramp from the shoulders down towards the knees. So you have that core activation here still. And then we start with an inhale in our plank. And we'll exhale for chaturanga. Chaturanga is that lowering down to your belly. So keep your elbows tucked in tight. A lower down with an exhale. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders, or keep the hands underneath the shoulders here. And then we're going to inhale up for our cobra. So again, elbows will stay tucked in tight, hands underneath the shoulders. We'll take an inhale and we'll start to peel the chest off of the ground. You can keep the elbows bent or bring the elbows more straight, but keep the hips down low for cobra here. And then we'll exhale. Lower back down to the belly, tuck the toes underneath, and we'll sit the hips back for a child's pose. And then we'll make our way back to our puppy pose or back to your down dog. So let's do that again. We'll start in our puppy pose. This is our down dog modification. We'll float our body forward to plank. Inhale. We're modifying our plank down on the knees. Exhale, lower down, elbows tucked in tight, hands underneath shoulders. Inhale, peel the chest off the ground for your cobra. Exhale, come back down, tuck the toes underneath behind you. And we could come through child's pose or sit straight back to puppy pose. So that's a modified version you can use if you don't feel like you quite have the strength yet for the full version. But let's go through the full version. So we'll start in a down dog. And then we'll float our body forward to plank. Inhale. Make a ramp from the shoulders down towards the heels. Exhale, we'll lower for chaturanga. So for this more full version, we're going to lower down halfway rather than all the way. So exhale, chaturanga, lower down halfway. Inhale, we're going to come up to up dog. So take an inhale, straighten the elbows out, tops of the feet flat, hips are lifted here. Shoulders are engaged, so firm up through the shoulders, gaze straight ahead. You can pull that head back a little bit rather than pulling it up. Avoid pulling the head up, pull the head back, keep the chin parallel to the floor. Inhale. And then we'll exhale, roll over the toes, lift the hips up and back, come back to down dog. Good, and that's a full round of Vinyasa. So let's do it again. Remember, syncing your breath with your movement is important. So as you hear those inhale and exhale cues, make sure that you are paying attention to them. And inhale. Exhale. We're going to float our body forward to plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, elbows tucked in tight. Lower down, chaturanga, halfway. Good. Inhale, up dog. Tops of the feet come flat. Hips are lifted. Elbows straight, shoulders engaged. Pulling the head back gently, but not up. Exhale, press the hips up and back, down dog. Good. Now, as I mentioned before, you can kind of interchange those poses and modify as you need to. So, for example, say you're doing the full version, inhale, exhale, forward plank, inhale, plank. Exhale can always come down to the belly all the way rather than coming down halfway. And then come up for a cobra or come up for an up dog. And then you can always shift your weight back on the knees if you like. And then press your hips up and back. So there are different ways to modify. You can always stay low and do cobra instead of doing up dog. You can always do the modified version of plank. So find out what works best for you. Find your own personal vinyasa and use that in your yoga practice until you feel strong enough to do the full version. If you want to get to the full version, you may be happy with where you are, and that's totally fine. So leave a comment down below letting me know what you think about this video, what other poses or pranayama or yoga techniques you would like me to do a tutorial on. Check the link in my description box about becoming a member of my channel, and also check the link down below. There's a link down there for Black Yogi Nico Marie merch. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching. Peace and love.